2016. Welcome, everybody. Ms. Rucker, can I have a call?
Sarno?
Here.
Ms. Hunt? Here. Mr. Morrison?
Here.
Ms. Regano? Here. Mr. Taylor?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Please stand for the pledge of I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I move to a motion and second to approve the agenda as presented. And discussion. Mr. Rucker, please call the roll.
Mr. Morrison?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Ms. Arnold?
Yes.
Ms. Hunt?
Yes.
Ms. Regano?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We're now into board comments. We're going to start with Mrs. Hunt.
Well, welcome everyone. Thank you all for being here to support the teachers that we're honoring this evening. It's one of my favorite meetings. I love to get a chance to recognize the teachers who work so hard in our buildings every day. And also I want to wish Dr. McLaughlin well. This is his last meeting, and we have appreciated all you've done for the Beaver Creek City Schools and your ministry.
I would like to ditto that for Dr. McLaughlin. Certainly thank you for everything you've done and wish you the best in the future. I want to thank everyone, of course, that's here this evening. This is, as Krista said, an outstanding evening. You know, the teaching profession is such a noble profession to impact the lives of the young people. And tonight we have the best of the best. So we certainly appreciate, we value, we thank you for the job that you've done and for the impact that you've had on our young people. Also, I want to thank the spouses, the children, the friends of the teachers that we're recognizing. Because while the teachers are at home doing the lesson plans, grading the papers, etc., the family members are there supporting them. So appreciate you being here and for all of your support. And then finally, I would like to just recognize 4th grade student Lillian Lever from Shaw Elementary, who is the Dayton Dragons MVP award winner. And she won the award because she sat with someone at recess who was lonely, and she gave up time to help a special needs student who I made a special connection with. And that's what this is all about. So congratulations to Lillian Lever.
Again, thank you all for being here and celebrating with us at this special night. Teachers are what make the process work. It is the direct link to the students and to a parent's child. So thanks again for all coming. And also, Dr. McLaughlin, thank you for your help. I've kept the school on steady ground. Very nice. Administration is a very, very tough business. And Dr. Hayward, just as the center. So,
One of those nights, one of my favorites as well, always has been teachers yell rock. I mean, whether you get an award or you're supporting somebody, nobody does it better than the teachers in Beaver Creek, and I've seen that for a long, long time, so, you know, that's the way it is. Dr. McLaughlin, I'm going to miss you. Not everybody knows how many things that you have done behind the scenes to hold this place together with you and whatever else we have available, and I and you too, Susan. I keep forgetting your honor.
I'm sorry.
It hasn't sunk in yet. Sorry.
Thank you all for coming tonight. It's great seeing a crowd like this, but we do have, like Denny said, the best of the best. I was at a conference in March, and I was there with several board members from all over the state of Ohio, and I was sitting next to somebody I was talking about the Beaver Creek City Schools, and our teachers, how great they are, and this woman next to me said, well, of course you would say that, you know, you're the board president. I said, no, you don't understand. Have you been to our district? And she went, I said, well then, you don't know what I'm talking about. I said, well, do you have the best of the best? If you would come, then you would agree. And she went, okay. Because it's the truth. I know from working with all of you, you are amazing people. And people don't realize what teachers do. You're not just a teacher, you're a psychologist, you're a doctor, you're a nurse, you're a parent. You know what I'm talking about. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for what you do. This is just a small token of how we can thank you. So thank you all tonight, really. As I was reading the board book tonight, I don't know if any of you read it online prior to coming here, I was looking at the people resigning, and Dr. Hayward submitted her resignation. She will be the new superintendent of Washington local schools up in the Toledo area. So I would like to thank you for all your years, 13 years of service to Beaver Creek City Schools. The grants you've written for us, the money you've gotten for us, the programs you've initiated, really been appreciated. We will miss you. And we wish you I wish you the very best of luck with Washington Local. It's a school system, I guess similar to ours with 7,000 kids. So the very best to you and your family. We have board reports next. We only have one, and that's the legislative liaison, that's Mrs. Owen.
And I just wanted to announce that we are having a session tomorrow here at the board office on the advocacy group. We'll be briefing Senator Bob Hackett and Mr. Otten on the history of the advocacy committee, and hopefully Paul and Mr. Hackett will have a nice long chunk of time to themselves, because that really is the purpose, just to get them together. So
thank you. And while we're all here tonight, here it is. It's recognition of our outstanding teachers. And I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Sweeney.
Thanks, Joanne. Getting old when you have to put on readers. Good evening. It's with great pleasure and honor tonight that I have the privilege to MC this part of the board meeting. Thank you for allowing me to do this. As our board members said, it is our outstanding teachers that truly make a difference in the lives of students and helping those students grow and learn and reach their potential each day. And it's really exciting to be able to honor the following, the individuals that we're going to honor this evening. The Outstanding Educator Award is a long-standing tradition in Beaver Creek City Schools. The nomination process starts in February each year, and our recipients were notified of their recognition in late April and invited to tonight's board meeting. So it's kind of an ongoing thing. We're very excited to recognize their hard work. The first thing I'm going to do this evening is read the resolution that through this recognition our board is adopting tonight. And this is a resolution recognizing our individuals. At the meeting of the Beaver Creek Board of Education held Thursday, June 16, 2016, this resolution is adopted. Whereas the Beaver Creek Board of Education has established the Outstanding Educator Award to recognize annually educators who exemplify the educational excellence which is the keystone of Beaver Creek City Schools. And whereas the board also wishes to recognize publicly the unique and vital contribution these educators make to the schools day after day. And whereas Ms. Debbie Fisher, counselor, Valley Elementary School, Ms. Miranda Kidd, teacher, Maine Elementary School, Ms. Kara Lakovich, teacher, Trayvine Elementary School, Ms. Allison Lotta, teacher, Parkwood Elementary School, Ms. Jennifer Laudenschlager, teacher, Fairbrook Elementary School, Ms. Cynthia Paget, intervention specialist, Shaw Elementary School, Mr. Aaron Schaefer, teacher, Coy Middle School, Ms. Jackie Salder, Beaver Creek High School Ferguson Hall, teacher, and Ms. Regina Stecker, preschool intervention specialist with Beaver Creek Preschool Center, have been selected as this year's outstanding educators based on their teaching excellence and their continual exhibition of high educational, personal, and professional standards, which bring credit and honor to themselves and the teaching profession and to Beaver Creek City Schools. Therefore, be it resolved that the Beaver Creek Board of Education does hereby congratulate them and acclaim these educators for being selected as outstanding educators, and does publicly express its sincere appreciation for their contribution and service to Beaver Creek City Schools. The board looks forward to the continued association of these educators as members of our staff and wishes them continued success and satisfaction in all of their future professional and personal endeavors. At this time, I'm going to ask each person one at a time to come up so that we may honor them. And we have a district administrator who's going to read a little bit about each of them. We'll present them with the award and then give them a chance to say a few words. So we're doing it alphabetically. And first, I'd like to invite Mr. Sweeterman, the principal of Valley Elementary School, and Ms. Debbie Fisher, the counselor at Valley Elementary School. Come forward, please.
Good evening. Debbie is someone that is vital to Valley Elementary. 3 years ago, she moved from a classroom teacher where she touched so many lives to the counseling position, and I wouldn't know what to do without her. Her knowledge of the building, of the kids, of the teachers, her support, her help in decision-making, the calmness that she brings. It's amazing when students are so upset or they're having a bad day or they're not sure what to do when, Debbie walks into the room and they immediately just calm, they open up, and, they go on their day with happiness. It's a gift that is just amazing to watch. She puts so much time and so much effort into what she does. She's our special ed department chair. She's on our building leadership team. She just does so much, puts so much effort into making sure that students get what they need. So I'm very proud to have her by my side.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your kind words. When I first received this award, I was so excited, and I'm still very excited. I've just had several weeks to reflect and think about it. And I have noticed that two emotions basically come to me when I'm thinking about this award. First of all, I feel very humble because I work with a group of outstanding teachers. They turn themselves inside out every single day to do what's best for kids. And every single one of them could be up here today receiving this award. And the second thing is I just feel very inspired. It's very nice to realize that you're appreciated when you work hard and that you are making a difference. So I just finished my 31st year in education, and 28 of those years were in the classroom, which I love. And the last 3 years I've been the school counselor, which I really love. And there's so many things about my job that I enjoy, but I'm going to talk about 3 things that are most special to me. The first thing is I still feel like I'm a teacher because I get to go into every classroom twice a month and present a lesson as to whatever message that I am talking about that particular week. And the second thing is that I get to meet with children every single day one-on-one. And many of these kids are hurting very badly about various things, whether it's academics or socially or emotionally. And I feel very privileged to make a difference in their life. And the third thing is that I get to work with amazing colleagues and professionals every day. I work with Dan, and we help to make decisions that are best for kids. I work with Allison France, who is the school psychologist, and she and I work very closely with the kids that are having difficulties with their academics. And lastly, I very much enjoy working with all of the teachers. I have teachers in my office every day after school and collaborate and problem solve to do what is best for kids in their classes that they are having difficulties with. So all of those things are just a blessing to me that I get to do that each and every day. It doesn't feel like work to me because I enjoy it so very much. And in closing, I'd just like to say that I have the utmost of gratitude for working in the Beaver Creek schools. When I first started my career, I was teaching at several other nearby districts, and I was so happy to have received a job. But when I came to Beaver Creek, I honestly felt like I had died and gone to heaven. And I just, when we get down and we start talking about things that little problems, I just put all of that in perspective, because compared to other districts, we have a wonderful place to work here. So, thank you very much.
Next, I would like to invite Ms. Charmer Knocklinger, Principal of Maine, Elementary, and first grade.
Forgot my readers at home, so we're here to honor from Maine. Don't get emotional, because I get emotional and they won't understand me. Brandon is one of our first grade teachers at Maine, and whenever I'm in her room or just walking by, we laugh because she's got this little earpiece on, and I call her Madonna, because you can hear her singing math songs, or they sing other catchy jingles to help them remember a process, singing a modified rendition of Turn Around Bright Eyes for those that lose the movies, or a song by Vanilla Ice. She sings that as well with the kids. And it's just funny to hear that. But she's also a leader in our building. She's on our faculty council and our Right to Read committee. This past year, they did an amazing job. Our kids got to celebrate Right to Read at the end by having a couple of our board members and some other community members come and read to our kids in the auditorium one of their favorite books, and she helped orchestrate that, and the kids loved it. So that's just one example of how she brings excitement to the class and the kids. A little bit about her personally. She's a graduate with both her bachelor degree in human development and family sciences and her master's degree in early childhood education from The Ohio State University. Her and her husband, Mark, who is here tonight, have two beautiful little girls, Mari, age 5, who's going to be a Maine Beaver with us this coming fall, and Maggie, age 2. Outside of school, she's a junior church leader for grades 3 through 6 at the Faith Baptist Church here at Beaver Creek, and she also enjoys spending time with her family and helping out on our parents' farm. So thank you very much, Brian and Kid, for all you do.
All right, well, I'm gonna cry. I know we will. So might as well get it out right now. But that's what Sherman said I should say. I cannot express that I'm sorry. I'm a crybaby. So how grateful I am for this opportunity. It is beyond humbling. I don't deserve any of this. I love what I do. And our district, as Joanne said, is chock full of amazing educators, incredible people who spend countless hours bending over backwards for our kiddos, realizing that some of our little ones come from broken homes. I had a little kiddo this year that just no adult or any person on this earth should ever have to experience the thing that this little gal experienced. And I am humbled to be recognized, knowing that there are other educators out there who are bending over backwards, spending countless hours and energy for those kiddos to support them. I within myself, I am nothing. I do not warrant this at all. It is the people around me, my wonderful staff, my other teachers who are here, Ms. Eccleberry, Mrs. Kelly, all the teachers and school, our support staff, our secretaries. We are a community raising these children. We are the parents to these children. As they said, we're the doctors, we're the mommies and daddies, we're the psychologists, we are everything. Some of our little ones that come into us don't feel valued or loved by anyone. And it's heartbreaking, but it's the truth. And so I seek so hard to really let them know that they are loved and that they are valued. Every day when I come to work, I pray to the Lord that He will give me the love that I need for them, because I alone cannot do it. I don't have enough love to pour into 25 little lives. And He is gracious and merciful, and He gives me that for them. And I pray for patience, because you can only tell a child so many times to stop licking things that it drives you crazy. So He definitely gives me the patience I need for these sweet little 6-year-olds. And I pray for mercy and grace for when I make mistakes, because I am not perfect. And also to look through the poor choices of my little ones, to see that they are just a little soul who wants to be loved. That's all they want. The ones that are most troubled, they just want loved. And so trying to work every day to forget everything from the previous day, being kicked, being punched, tables being thrown. I mean, as teachers, we handle everything. And trying to look past that and see them as a sweet little soul that someone needs to pick up and carry, because if nobody does, they will be left to the wind. So I'm extremely grateful for this recognition. I just want to thank Dr. McLaughlin and Dr. Hayward and the board and just everyone for the support that you give us as a district. You give us the tools and supplies that we need to go into these little ones' lives and to pick them up and to support them and to prepare them for the rest of their future. The standard, covering the standards and everything, those are all very important, but what's most important, I feel, is getting to these little bodies, helping them to feel loved. If they don't ever feel loved, what kind of adult will they become when they grow up? It can be kind of scary. So I just want to thank you for this recognition. Thank you, Sharma, for being so supportive. When she walks past, she joins in this singing. So don't let her fool you. She joins in. So I'm grateful to have this opportunity to work for a district that is so fantastic, and people who are here to support us and provide for us the things that we need for these kiddos. So again, I'm sorry for this mess. But just know that I love our community. I love the kiddos in our community, and I will do everything that I can to help them to become the happiest, healthiest, most confident little boogers that they can be. So, thank you very much.
Next, I would like to invite Ms. Lisa Wong, principal at Trayvine Elementary School, and Ms. Kara Lokovich, teacher at Trayvine, first grade, right? Second grade.
I'm not getting behind
I should have a grade.
I can't talk.
Okay.
I'm going to make her stand up here with me together because I don't want to steal my myself. I was lucky enough to meet Kara 9 years ago, and as soon as I met her, I knew I had to have her with me at Valley. So we were at Valley together for 6 years, and now at Trayvine together for 3 years. Kara is a Kettering grad, like some other people in the room, and she went to Ohio University. Her husband Daniel was here this evening, and they, along with their dog Skylar, live downtown Dayton. But Kara comes to school every single day with a positive attitude. She reaches out and finds exactly what each child needs, and that's true truly a gift, and that's a hard thing to do. She has served on our building and district RTI committee. Kara has a way of really getting to know the kids and moving them along, and it's amazing what she can do. And she has a lot of songs too, so that must be a primary thing. But she's wonderful. In her spare time, Kara, she does yoga, and she plays, we played together on an indoor field hockey league, which was interesting. And she and I actually together also have run with Team in Training and raised money for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society for some of our kiddos that had to go through some hard things. So it is such a privilege for me to get to work with Kara every day. She has high expectations for her kids and high expectations for her peers, and she is absolutely wonderful. Just one of those people who were born to be a teacher. And I know several parents nominated you. I'm well aware of at least several. I probably don't know everyone who did. But then, sort of out of, I don't know what it was. Yesterday I got an email from a parent, so I had to bring this with me. And just a couple comments. This person says, Mrs. Lakovich is hands down deserving of Teacher of the Year. One of the reasons my son was so successful is Kara's ability to maintain a calm and focused classroom, teach kids at their individual level, remain calm when things get crazy, and finds time to really know each child. Even early on in the year, she noticed some small things about my son and reached out to me about him. This child is heading on to 3rd grade and has gotten the best preparation from both Mrs. Lakovich and Mrs. Tinku. I could have them every year from here on out in a heartbeat, if she could have them. Same teacher, so you're moving on next year. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to kind of sound like an echo because I too feel so honored and so humbled to accept this award. I'm so appreciative, first and foremost, because I work with so many amazing educators and staff members every single day, and they're so deserving of this award, so to accept it is just really such a blessing. I want to thank the board and our administrators, and specifically Lisa, who I've had the pleasure of working with for going on 10 years now. Lisa leads the building with such kindness and such grace, and it truly is just such a good example for myself, for my colleagues, for the children. It's amazing to work with. As an elementary teacher, I got used to speaking in front of children regularly, so getting up in front of all of you is a little tough. I knew I had to speak in front of all of you when I got the award, so I asked my children 2 questions. I asked them, 1, why did I win this award? And 2, what should I say in front of all these big people? So here were just a couple highlights. Mrs. Lakovich won this award because she is different in every way. I think Mrs. Lakovich won this award because she is nice and will help everyone. Mrs. Lakovich is a good teacher, a great person, and she's so curious. I think that specific student, I wondered, was I doing think-alouds? Was I modeling really good things? And I asked him what he meant by it. He's like, well, you always are wondering why I'm playing with my desk. You should say thank you. It's a big honor to be selected for this, whatever you call it, award. If you say thank you enough, you will make them all cry. Truly out of the mouths of babes. Speaking of children, I have 2 more things I want to share before I go. Tonight, many educators are being recognized for the work that they do with children. But I can tell you all that in this crazy, crazy world that we live in, we as adults have so much to learn from these young creatures too. They don't see color, disability, difference, ethnicity. They encourage one another, and they give me so much hope for our future. And since it truly does take a village to raise a child, I need to take a moment to recognize my own parents today. Mom and Dad, thank you for being so brave. Thank you for encouraging me to follow my heart and for loving me unconditionally. Also, thank you for teaching me to drive a manual transmission.
Next honoree this evening, recipient this evening, this is Allison Lotta, and unfortunately, her building principal is unable to be here this evening. She is taking a class at Miami University and had to drive to Oxford this evening. So Allison, if you come forward, I've got a few things that I'd like to say. Allison joined Parkwood Elementary in 2009, if I remember correctly. And she received her bachelor's degree from Grand Valley State University in integrated science. And at Parkwood, Allison is known as the co-director for the Parkwood Play and student council advisor and science fair co-chair. And she was a varsity golf coach for Beaver Creek High School, and during the 2012 year received Coach of the Year award. She also is a math maven, which is one of our math coaches at the elementary level. And I can tell you that Allison's been heavily involved in our resident educator program as well. The Ohio Department of Education has a very formal program for entry year or entry level teachers. It's a 4-year program, and they're resident educators. And Dr. Jim Rowley with the University of Dayton is part of that program with the Ohio Department of Education. And he sought us out here in Beaver Creek, and we were able to match him up with Allison and the teacher that she was mentoring, and that was about 2 years ago, if I remember correctly. And he was so impressed with the work that she was doing as a mentor in that classroom that they videotaped, and they used that, part of that videotape was training for teachers statewide. That's pretty significant, Allison. It's that kind of contribution that we really appreciate. Allison resides here in Beaver Creek and loves to spend time with her 3-year-old daughter Lillian and her husband Robert. She loves to go to the Boone Shop and Dairy Queen and both the Cincinnati and Columbus zoos. Allison and her husband and their daughter are looking forward to the arrival of baby Lana in October of 2016. Allison, congratulations, and thank you so much for doing everything.
Okay, well, those of you that know me, I'm usually really sassy, but I'm really nervous right now, and I'm probably going to cry intense tears because of my hormones, so just everybody go with it. Well, I teach at Parkwood Elementary, and on the building it says, "A place where dreams begin." And this sentiment couldn't be more true. I work with the most phenomenal group of people that I have ever met, and it's an honor to be working with them. To say that I'm blessed in my life is an understatement. I'm here today because I've had so much support and encouragement from so many people. And more importantly, I've been surrounded by people who constantly inspire me every single day. Parkwood Elementary is a very special place, and it holds a phenomenal staff that collaborates with one another. But more than that, we genuinely love and care for each other. From our custodial staff, lunch monitors, amazing secretaries, outstanding teachers, and our aides, we all have one goal, and our goal is always to do what's best for our kids. And we fight for our kids, and we always want them to have the best of everything. And so that's something that I truly value working at Parkwood, is just the fact that we're all here together. When you have a group of individuals who care so deeply, it is impossible to do anything less than your best, because you want to be there on that journey with your team. I'm so lucky that I've had a chance to work with in such an amazing place, and I truly have a Parkwood family. There's a couple of people that I want to say thank you to. First, the board and our wonderful superintendents. Second of all, are my phenomenal coworkers who go above and beyond and do what's best for kids every day. Truly, any one of us can be standing up here because they're all so phenomenal. My students, who constantly inspire me to be a better person and a better teacher. If you ask them how they would describe me, they'd probably say I'm the craziest, wackiest teacher they've ever had. I'm a 4-5, but we do the 7th Macarena, so that's always kind of fun, and some other weird things. And their parents support my crazy, unorthodox methods of teaching their children, which I greatly appreciate as well. I have a phenomenal family that encourages me and loves me for who I am. And in particular, I want to thank my parents, who are both teachers. They're both retired. They've been my constant role models, both in and out of school. I've always wanted to be just like both of them. My mom, her kids would describe her as structured, loving, and fun. She does March Madness in her room, so I did it in mine. My dad is compassionate, musical, and memorable. And so he always used to do auctions in his classroom, so I do auctions in mine. And they are just the most phenomenal educators I've ever met in my life. And it's because of them. I've grown up in their classrooms with, bring your daughter to work day. My mom was my teacher for 3 years in middle school, math, and homeroom. So I've had a chance to watch these phenomenal educators, and it just kind of stuck with me, I guess, and I just adore them so much. To my amazing husband and my daughter, Robert, he takes the dreams that I have and makes them the reality no matter how crazy they are. And the play, I'm like, I need these boxes, and we need this scenery, and I need it in 2 weeks. And my husband's like, duh. And then he creates them, builds them, puts them out, and we're good to go. So he helps me with everything, last minute or not, and makes it a reality. And of course, my daughter Lily, she's the cute little one in pigtails, who makes every day worth living. Because I hope that one day she says just what I do every day. When I grow up, I want to be just like my parents. Thank you so much for the support. I am so appreciative, and I love this district, and I love everybody who lives here. So thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite Ms. Joel Mangan and Jen Lauenschlager, Fairburg, 3rd grade teacher. Jen, Joel.
Well, as I started to think about what can I say about Jen, it was like I could come up with a million things, but it is with great pride and a true pleasure that I have the opportunity to introduce and award Fairburg's Outstanding Educator of the Year. Miss Jen Lauenschlager began her teaching career at Fairburg Elementary School as a student teacher and has been providing an outstanding education for 3rd graders for the past 11 years. That's amazing in itself, I think, to be 3rd grade. But Jen attended Wilmington College, majoring in early childhood education. She received her master's in curriculum and instruction from Nova Southeastern College and received an educational leadership licensure through the University of Dayton. This award for Jen is much deserved. Jennifer was nominated by a colleague, and it was noted, Jennifer is very passionate about teaching. She is always incorporating new and creative ideas that support best practice in the classroom. Jennifer is always coming up with new ways to meet the needs of all of her students. She hosts an after-school book club for her students and their parents to gather and discuss books in a fun atmosphere. You see, not only is Jennifer an outstanding teacher, ensuring that each child makes academic growth in all areas, she also has a servant's heart. She continually looks for ways for students and staff to join together to make a difference in the lives of others. This year, Jen organized our staff, arranging for us to provide dinner for families at the Ronald McDonald House. She serves on our Building Social Committee, Safety Committee, and District Wellness Committee. On her own time, Jen volunteers for Hospice of Dayton and with the Dayton Honor Flight. Our school mission is that Fairburg is a safe and supportive environment where students are motivated to positively impact the world. Jen is a perfect example of a teacher that lives that mission. It's my pleasure.
More things for you to hold.
I dropped it. Thank you so much. This is such an honor, and I cannot express how much I appreciate the board's support throughout our education and
nominating us and recognizing us as outstanding educators. This is such a great honor, and I couldn't do it without the support of great administration and my staff and colleagues that I get to work with every single day. And this is such a great honor, and I did not have a prepared speech like everyone else. I just wanted to just come from the heart and just say that I really appreciate this, and I'm so proud to represent Fairbrook. We are a family, and I hope I can represent us with this award, and I take it back to represent our Fairbrook family and all we do. So thank you guys for your support. I appreciate it.
Next, I'd like to invite Ms. Marianne Fenwick, Special Education Supervisor, and Cindy Pritchett, Intervention Specialist at Shaw Elementary.
I've known Cindy for a long time. I think I interviewed you. I was going from another district. Their losses clearly are gained years ago. Cindy is an intervention specialist, and I'm not sure, I think most people in here know what an intervention specialist is, but maybe some don't. She is different than a regular education teacher in that she works with a lot of students with special needs. She works with children from kindergarten all the way up through 5th grade. She has children that they just have different strengths and weaknesses and just have a variety of needs, and she is spread very thinly across those students. At Shaw, Cindy is on the faculty council, the safety committee, and the council for exceptional children as well. She, when everybody thinks of Cindy, they think of somebody who has a huge heart. I think knowing Cindy, she's more than an educator. She is a child advocate. She cares and loves her kids and really becomes enmeshed in them and their families and their activities. It's not uncommon for Cindy to attend a softball game or a soccer game or go to a family's home and have dinner with them. She's very loving and giving. So she's not only an outstanding educator, but she's just an outstanding person who truly loves and cares for her kids. She creates a very good support system for all of her students with special needs, but she also creates a support system for their families. She's always there for their families, and when their families are seeking out other kinds of community services or they've got an issue, they frequently will ask Cindy, who do you know that could help me here? Where could I go? And she's very much a resource to her families and the students that she works with. She not only works with her students in the classroom on academic skills, but she works with them on life skills as well. She runs the Shaw Supply Shack with her students, and that teaches them service skills and money skills and just real life skills that they can gain from and use in their future. She also cooks with them on Wednesdays, and I think the entire building looks forward to that. They have some pretty good recipes that they make from time to time. In closing, I have to say Cindy is just an outstanding educator and just an outstanding person. And I'm so proud of you, and this award, this is very well deserved. Thank you for everything that you do.
My family, my students, my coworkers, and board members. I'm very humbled to stand before you tonight as one of the outstanding educators of Beaver Creek Schools. The nomination means more to me than you will ever know. I am not one who likes to be recognized, so standing before you is very difficult. I don't feel that I deserve this honor. My team members are wonderful. I have a co-teacher that I teach very closely with, and we are totally a team, and she helps me through everything. My families, my great support, the families that I work with are always a great support. After 23 years of teaching, I can still say I love coming to work every day, and I love each of my students as though they are my family. Being a special education teacher, I often have many of my students for 6 years, so their whole entire family becomes my family. They're not just my parents. I mean, I talk to them often. They have my cell phone number, we're texting. My job does not end at 2 o'clock. I'm often talking to them in the evenings, and I love what I do. The other day I was watching a TV show, and the lady who was talking said, and I quote, "If what you do for a living is a passion, you are lucky." Teaching is truly my passion, and I do consider myself lucky each and every day to have such a wonderful family to work with. I truly love what I do and want to thank all of my family for the support each and every day.
Next, I'd like to invite Mr. Sean Kelly, Assistant Principal at Coy Middle School, and Aaron Schaefer. Come on up. Aaron is a science teacher.
You look so young anymore, don't you? Aaron has been a wonderful addition to our staff at Coy this year. He kind of started off in a non-traditional manner. He actually was studying pharmacy at the Ohio Rural University. And he quickly realized there's no wealth or prestige in the medical field. And so he changed his mind and decided to go into education. And at that time he went to Miami, where he earned his education degree, and went on to Lakota. And then lucky enough for us, we were able to snag him. And he's been working with us now for the past year or so. Aaron is an outstanding educator. He is really the definition of what you want to see when you send your kids off to school. He is a teacher who is there not only for the kids in the classroom, but he's there for the kids outside of the classroom. And you would always see him at the football games. You would see him at every one of the basketball games. He hosted clubs after school. He would see a kid down in the hallway and always stop and ask how they were doing. It was not uncommon to see him out in the lobby of the building outside his classroom, just joking around with the kids and them all telling him stories. And so, Aaron, congratulations. This is well-deserved. We are very happy to have you on board the team. Thank you. Well, we got you flowers, but they were out.
And when I received the award, I was told that everybody got a bouquet of flowers, but I got a bouquet of candy. So I was grateful for that. But first, I would like to say thank you to the board, thank you to the administration and community for being here tonight. I'd also like to congratulate all of the other educators here tonight, very deserving. And I'm very honored, appreciative to receive this award. I work with a great group of teachers. I have a great administration, very supportive. And like Mr. Kelly said, this is my first year at Coy. And just right from the beginning, I felt like I was part of the family. So that was really great. But last year when I received the call telling me, you got the job, 8th grade science, I called my mom and I called my girlfriend and I was like, I can't do that. They're all going to be taller than me. Yeah, so I was extremely apprehensive about the whole thing, but those fears quickly subsided. I got to know the kids, and it was really great. My science methods professor is really the one that kind of inspired me to go into science education and really be passionate about it. One of the things that she said that's always stuck with me was that middle school is the time in science when the kids say yes, that's where I want to start pursuing, or no, and they kind of get turned away from that. And so really I try and come in the classroom every day and make something memorable for them. And so when I was presented with this award, I was doing the science trick where you put the dollar bill in water and then in alcohol, or vice versa, and catch it on fire. And so the fire had just gone out, I was burning money. And then everybody in suits comes on it, and I'm like, oh my. But luckily nothing bad happened, so it just caught me off guard. Very appreciative of this. So like I said, I'm very thankful, very appreciative for this. It's truly a joy to work here in Beaver Creek. The community is great. I met with some parents the other day getting ready to coach cross country this year, so that's a whole new endeavor, but I'm very excited and grateful to be here, so thank you. Next, I'd like to ask Mr. Jason Whitaker, Unit Principal at Ferguson Hall, and Jackie Souther to come on, please.
This one's got to work. First of all, I didn't get your flowers, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's on the way. Jackie organizes all of our eating at Ferguson Hall. As you can see, I got the Ferguson 50. But she is responsible for all that, which helped unify our building. I'm ready to get through it. 2005 graduated of Wittenberg University and the 2009 graduated of the University of Cincinnati. Jackie Souther embodies the criteria of an outstanding educator. Her servant leadership is exemplified not only in the classroom, but outside as well. She's been active in our Lake Crew Network, Cyber Patriot, Environmental Activist Club, and Ferguson Hall character education programs, as well as anything else she comes up with. She comes in my office and says, hey, I have an idea. It requires you to do nothing but say yes. So we have another program. And they're excellent programs. Jackie has also served as director of the Beaver Creek Popcorn Festival and has coordinated its 5K run for a number of years. She attends Fairhaven Church where she works in the K-5 youth ministry. In all this, she finds time to spend with her husband, Mike, and her beautiful children, Scarlett and Nolan. Jackie truly has a heart for her students, puts them ahead of herself. This became even more evident when she received this recognition that she was the only one in the room who was surprised. Her students knew it, expected it, were cheering, and she was kind of in awe. This is a lot that she didn't say it's about time. I recommended having a discussion with Jackie about administration, but she has one flaw, and as you can see, she can't keep a straight face. So it's one of the great things about Jackie. Congratulations.
Speech, my 2-year-old did drool on it at one point, so we'll see how that goes. I want to say thank you for this wonderful award. I'm honored to be included in such an amazing group of educators. This is a humbling reminder that all of my hard work and trying to always do what's best for students might actually be working. The whole reason that I wanted to be a teacher. Thank you to my loving husband, who's not here, he's golfing. Just keeping that up here in case he goes on YouTube so you can record it later. My crazy children, my supportive parents, my in-laws, my fellow teachers, and my administrators. All those people have helped me shape into the individual I am today. But last, I need to thank all of the students that I've had the pleasure of teaching. Each student's unique personality has taught me something about being a teacher. At least we ran across a file of discipline referrals for my first year teaching. And yes, I did write a detention to a student for acting like a ninja. After reading those files, I've come to understand understand a couple of things. One, I'm not really sure how I survived my first year teaching. And two, that the students really have played a key role in the teacher I am today. Every student, whether they're gifted, on grade level, disruptive, energetic, loud, shy, quiet, they have all taught me how to become a better person and in turn a better teacher. Without those students who pressed every single button that I have and the ones that gave me kind words and compliments, I wouldn't be where I am today. Students are often told to thank their teachers for all they do for them, as they should, but it really is me who should be thanking my students for all that they have done for me. So, thank you.
This alphabetically, and when I told Regina Secker we're doing alphabetically, she was not thrilled to find out that she was last. But I assured her that she'll get to see how everyone else does it. And it'll be all okay. I'd like to invite Bobby Fiore, our Director of Pupil Services, and Regina Secker, our Intervention Specialists at Preschool Center.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce the outstanding educator for Beaver Creek Preschool Center, Regina Stecker. Regina has been an intervention specialist in Beaver Creek schools for 14 years, 23 total, and she's been a preschool teacher for 11 years. Regina truly meets the definition of an outstanding educator. She delivers high quality instruction to all students and demonstrates exceptional classroom management. Regina creates an early learning environment that promotes the developmental growth of all students. Regina has high expectations for her students, which they achieve, given the instructional strategies incorporated into her classroom. Regina possesses incredible skills to build relationships with her students, especially those with significant disabilities. She makes parents feel safe, letting those little 3-year-olds go to school for the first time, and comfortable by demonstrating patience, empathy, and understanding. Regina is also a leader among her peers in the preschool. She takes the initiative to learn about legal updates, technology advancements, and seeks opportunities to grow and learn as a teacher. As a parent in the preschool and an administrator, I am proud to have such a caring, dedicated professional teaching in our preschool.
My speech in plastic because I knew what my hands were going to do, especially when I found out I was last. So first I would like to say thank you to the Beaver Creek Board of Education, each of my co-workers, as well as the families of my students. I'm grateful to have a supportive husband and family that understands the long hours and the sleepless nights of a teacher. I'm honored to accept this award. I'd also like to thank my former teachers. I grew up in a family where education wasn't given much importance. I was raised in a family of 6 children with a single mother, so the priorities were to stay fed, clothed, and together. I was blessed to always have teachers in my life that looked beyond the test scores, they looked beyond the grades, and they got to know me. They took the time to know me as a person. I honestly felt that all the teachers must get together and talk, because each year I would be put in a class that the teacher took the time to slip me extra food, clothing, even shoes. It was always done in a humble and quiet way, as to not cause any attention to my situation. In high school, I was approached by a teacher that asked what colleges would I be applying to in the fall. I answered the only way I knew how, with simple honesty. I told her no one in my whole family had ever gone to college. In fact, I was going to be the second one to even graduate high school. At that point, she looked at me and said, "Oh yes, you are going to college." So she gathered the resources and educated me as to how to apply to schools and prepare my path in life for that. I'm very grateful. I've experienced firsthand the change a teacher can create in a life. I witnessed the same changing effect my coworkers have on the families and the children in their classrooms. I witnessed the long hours, extra funds my coworkers put into their jobs for the good of the families.
I've observed administration working to help families beyond school programs. I've watched the board members agonize over these decisions in order to have the most positive impact on the families that they are serving. I am so grateful to be part of a loving, compassionate, and understanding group. Beaver Creek City Schools is the best place to work, and I'm grateful to be here. I'll continue to do my best to help develop relationships with families and students that are far-reaching and life-changing. And my 2 former high school teachers are here.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to all of our outstanding educators. You give us something to look forward to, something to inspire to be, and we are blessed to be in your presence and to work with you on a daily basis. At this time, I want to turn this part of recognition over to Mrs. Regano. She has a special recognition sheet.
Before I do that, would everyone in the word tonight please stand up? And Virginia Chair teachers are here tonight. Thank you for coming. It's amazing, isn't it? Thanks. How's that them sitting next to you?
I'm sorry?
They're sitting right next to you.
They're right here.
Thank you for coming.
They got me for college.
You know, I wrote to my kindergarten teacher until I was married and until she passed away, and we corresponded. It was just an amazing relationship. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, we're family.
Yeah. Well, I can't do this. There's one more presentation I would like to make, and I need Dr. Rockland to get it. So as you all know, and those who are visitors may not know, Dr. Block has been with us for 6 years, and he will be retiring at the end of June. The new superintendent will be taking over July 1st, but let me tell you, being a superintendent is not an easy job. Okay, I personally can't speak to it, but I know Mr. Morrison can. I mean, there are a lot of trials and tribulations every day. It's something. I know as board members, we get emails, okay, this is happening, that's happening. So you just can't even imagine what it takes to be a superintendent. You know, every superintendent that has been a Beaver Creek school system has left a mark on this district when they left, and Dr. McLaughlin is not any different. Let me share with you some of the things that he's going to leave with us. First of all, under Dr. McLaughlin's supervision and leadership, we have Trayvine Elementary, we have Coy Middle School, which is a state-of-the-art building. Not only were they built on time, but they came in under budget. We have the gym at Shaw Elementary, and we have the fabulous preschool up to this building. Thank you, Dr. McLaughlin. Dr. McLaughlin also supported the writing of several of our straight A grants, of which we have received 2 that are in operation. And amazing, if your child has their iPad, then you know what I'm talking about. If your child is part of the D-Labs in our schools, then you know what I'm talking about. You know, I'm pretty sure there's a saying that goes, once an educator, always an educator. Okay, maybe there's not one. I made it up. But it's true. I'm sure I read that somewhere. But while Dr. McLaughlin may be leaving Beaver Creek City Schools, he's not leaving education, because this fall, he will be teaching courses at Mount Vernon University. So he will be taking, he may be leaving Beaver Creek, but he's moving on to another institution of learning. So, on behalf of the Beaver Creek Board of Education and this community, I would like to present you this plaque and thank you for all your years of service to our district, and we wish you the very best in your retirement and all your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
You didn't come here this evening to see this, but thank you so much. And as echoed before by educators much better than I when I taught many, many years ago, I'm truly humbled to receive this award. I'm not deserving of this award. This award goes to all the elected board members who've sat up here. It goes to the best administrative team I've ever worked with, to a loving and supporting community, and to a fantastic group of students. But mostly, it goes to the best staff in Ohio, and definitely the best staff I have ever worked with. Staff, this is for you. This is for our teachers. You make Beaver Creek special because of what you do. All the successes, all the credit goes to you. All the missteps, all the things that are not completed, those I take full responsibility for. So thank you so much, and as always, it is a privilege and honor to serve this district as superintendent of schools. And this evening, I am truly, definitely humbled by this. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming tonight. We are going to take a 5-minute recess. If you want to, you don't have to. Okay, since go back, there is no questions or comments from the public tonight. So we're going to go on to approve the minutes held. So I get a motion is second to approve the minutes for the May 10, 2016 special meeting and the May 19, 2000 regular meeting. So second. Any discussion? Okay, roll.
Ms. Arnold? Yes. Ms. Hunt? Yes. Mr. Morrison?
Yes.
Ms. Regano?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we're going to go on to financial reports. I need a motion is second to approve. I'm going to group this in a block and we're going to discuss it. The financial reports for May 2016, acceptance of donated items, which is on page 74. Page 75, the final amended certificate of estimated resources, appropriation for fiscal year 16. Temporary certificate of estimated resources, appropriations, fiscal year 17, that was 60, I'm sorry, that's page 76. Fiscal year end fund transfers and advances on page 77. ORC 5705.41D, purchase order certification, page 78, and approve to accept Star-Based grant fiscal year 2017 through fiscal year 2021, page 79. Bring your motion in a second.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Well, there will be, so I'm going to send it over to you.
In our May monthly financial statements, again, we're still in alignment with our 5-year forecast. We're coming in less than a little over 1% variance. We've got about $843,000 more on the bottom line in our ending cash balance. Again, we did collect about $800,000 in delinquent taxes for the year, so that's a really good thing for our district. And a couple of these items are just year-end items that we do every fiscal year-end, which has to do with C, the amended certificate of estimated resources. What that does is making sure that we have enough revenue to support the budget that we have put out there and the expenditures for the year. The auditors look for that, now get sent to the county auditor to approve. And then D, we need a temporary certificate of estimated resources or appropriations so we can budget for July expenditures and getting started with the new fiscal year. We also have item E is the fund-to-fund transfers and advances, so as we're getting through the year and closing the books for fiscal year 16 and opening fiscal year 17, because June 30 is the year close, right? And July 1st starts our new fiscal year for next year. It's hard to believe, but it's already upon us. So that's why when people say, oh, you guys don't work in the summer, right? We're like, no, that is our busiest time as we're closing and opening the year. So that's what's going on in the financial reports. So we have been very, very happy. And Dr. McLaughlin and I feel like it's been a very successful financial year for us. So
No kidding. Thank you. Thank you both for everything. This is great. Any other discussions?
I just have a quick question. Mrs. Rucker, the true-up is supposed to come second foundation payment in June. Do you anticipate that will really happen? Do you think we'll be waiting until next year for that to take place?
I wasn't going to hold my breath.
Okay.
But I think it's going to take a little longer for them to get all the EMS data coordinated. For us, we're not seeing big fluctuations in our district. We didn't see it in the last time there was the true up was that in February. We didn't see any flux there. So I think it comes down to how closely your EMS data is going to reflect your actual activity in your classroom. How much fluctuation you've got going on in your data, I think is going to be the key there.
Thank you. The other wasn't a question, but more of a statement. I wanted to thank you for serving as the fiscal agent for Starbase. I know that's above and beyond, and it's additional work, but it certainly is an outstanding program which will benefit all students in Miami Valley.
We've had an opportunity to go see that program in action. It is a very nice program. It is amazing. That usually we just approve the program to renew it every year, but every 5 years you have to approve for the 5-year program. So that's what's going on.
The kids love it.
They love
spend a day there, and it's like, you don't want to leave.
Yeah, committed staff work it through.
They really are, yeah. Okay, so.
Mr. Morrison?
Yes.
Ms. Hunt?
Yes.
Ms. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Regano?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We're on to new business, and we need a motion and second to approve our business of lot. The employment salary changes, leave of absence, terminations on page 101. Approval of resolution appointing treasurer, page 111. Approval of school fee schedule for fiscal year 2017, page 121. Approval of type 4 reimbursement, page 124. And approval of school bus resolution, page 125. Need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on any of these?
Thank you.
Notice I'm looking at you.
At item A, the employment salary changes, leave of absence, terminations, very routine for this time of year. Then we have a lot of supplementals. We're getting ready for the next school year. We have a lot of fall supplementals that Mr. Schweber's been working with the athletic director and principals to fill. There are some terminations on there, as you mentioned. Dr. Hager will be leaving us, and we'll assume the position of Superintendent Washington in Lucas County. And also Terry No has submitted her resignation. Boyd Middle School principal, as she'll be assuming the superintendency at Finneytown, suburb of Cincinnati. So we're losing both of those individuals. And we have 2 individuals that we're appointing tonight. I'm sure we're going to introduce them.
I'd like to take a moment to introduce our next principal at BOE Middle School, Mr. Sean Kelly. Sean has been with Beaver Creek for 20 years. He began with us as a social studies teacher and became assistant principal at Ferguson Middle School during the 12-13 school year. And during the transition from Ferguson Middle School to Coy Middle School, Sean's leadership was really essential and important, and we appreciate that. He has his undergraduate degree from Miami University and a master's degree from the University of Dayton in educational leadership. Plus, he completed his principal licensure program with the University of Dayton. We're excited to have Sean take the helm there at Coy Middle School. And they are actively in the process of working towards filling the assistant principal position at Coy Middle School right now. And then also this evening, I'd like to introduce to you Mrs. Taylor. Julie comes to us with a recommendation this evening on the board report as an extracurricular supervisor, replacing the position vacated by Mr. Kevin Cornell. Julie comes to us from Springfield City Schools. She is currently the assistant principal at Schaefer Middle School. Prior to that, she served as curriculum coach with Springfield City Schools as well. She has her bachelor's degree from Wilmington College and her master's degree from the University of Dayton in Educational Leadership, plus her administrative licensure program as well. Welcome, Julie.
Item B, the resolution employing Mrs. Rucker as treasurer. Any would you like to make any comments about that?
I'm just very thankful that I'm able to serve. I've really enjoyed myself here the last 2 years. So my initial contract was a 3-year contract, getting ready to start that 3rd year. So this would be the next contract. So thank you.
And we're happy with you. Thank
Very
you for
happy to be
being
here.
done for us, and we'll do in the future.
Very nice. And item C, approval of school fee schedule for the upcoming school year. As you noticed, there were several reductions in school fees as we try to grind down the dollars that our constituents have to pay for their child to attend Beaver Creek. So we are looking at that, working with our administrative team. I know Dr. Hayward and her team have been looking at keeping the cost down and actually reducing the fees across the board for our parents. Item D would be the approval of type 4 reimbursements. Again, this is payment to parents when it's deemed impractical to transfer their child. We had a lengthy list last month. I believe this one is only one. You'll see another one in the fall. They'll come out by September, October. There'll be several pages long. This is reoccurring. As they happen, we get the board to approve the type 4 reimbursement to parents. Then item B would be the approval of the school bus resolution. As you know, we're a member of the Southwestern Educational Purchasing Cooperative. Participate in their bidding process to buy school buses. It doesn't mean we're going to buy school buses, but to put the board and district in position to purchase buses in the future during fiscal year 17, we have to pass this resolution that we are participating in the purchasing program through the EPC. Those are the basic items.
And if I may just say, I'd just like to say congratulations to Sean, definitely well-deserved. Welcome, Julie, glad to have you with us. I also want to say that I really hope that the folks in Beaver Creek fully understand what they have in our treasurer. Because I can tell you, Penny does a phenomenal job. She's just exceptional. She's earned the trust of the community. She explains things. School finance is extremely difficult to understand. She explains things so even I can understand it, so I appreciate that. And every year, I'm amazed with the fact that the forecast of revenues and expenditures comes in within 1% accuracy. So definitely glad to have you with us for the next 5 years.
Ms. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Ms. Hunt?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Regano?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And take some announcements. The next Board of Education meeting will be here on July 21st, 2016 at 6:30.